Hey everybody, it's Shaw Blackburn here, the Loon Witch, coming to you from the Enchanted Forest Spiritual Wellness Center in Rainham, Massachusetts. Welcome to the third Thursday of the month. It is September 16th, 2021, and it is time for our Recombobulation station. One of the things I love about our Recombobulation station is it helps me to know that I'm helping you to find peace and quiet, at least for 15, 20 minutes, an hour, I hope, at least once a month. And today, what I thought I would put out was some plant oracles for us to work with. And I thought, what a nice time of year to work with plant medicine, because it is the harvest season and things are blooming and things are growing still, and things are kind of having their last hurrah, so very soon here in New England we're going to be getting those vibrant colors of fall, and it's going to be a long fall season. I say that really because we are at that time when the leaves should be starting to turn. And they aren't really turning that much because we've had so much rain. So we get a lot of vibrancy in the colors when we've had rain, but it takes a long time for the trees to turn when we've had a wet summer and a wet early fall. And the reason for that is because the trees themselves have plenty of nutrients and plenty of water. So they're thriving still. But now's the time to go apple picking and go pumpkin picking, and the winter squashes are out right now. So it's a great time to be bringing in all of those harvest vegetables. And the full moon is very soon to be upon us, as well as the autumn equinox. The autumn equinox, of course, is that fall time when the hours of daytime and the hours of nighttime are equal. So you get 12 hours of light and 12 hours of dark on the autumn equinox. And it's a time for balance. And I thought, what a nice thing to do, bringing in the plant medicine for this time of year and to promote this time of balance. So on the table, we have a card from the Soulflower Oracle, and we have a card from the Petal Oracle, and we have a card from the Language of Flowers Oracle. I pulled these at random to just see what was the message that people needed to hear right now, and I was not surprised, but I always am amused to find how poignant these messages are and how aligned with the conversations that I've been having and things like that these oracle messages are. So if you've not worked with an oracle before, I will encourage you to find an oracle that you love. I have several that I really appreciate, and I've come to appreciate them more over the course of the last year and a half than ever before, because I've been working with them a lot more closely. The Soulflower Oracle is the big card in the middle, and the big card in the middle is a plant called nettle. And the key word for nettle is transformation. The nettle card is saying to us, wake up, declutter, clear yourself of things that are holding you back. Clear yourself of congestion, things that are slowing you down. Pay attention to your surroundings and clear yourself of things that are no longer serving you. That being said, I think fall is a great time because goldenrod is out and ragweed is out, and a lot of those plants produce heavy pollen counts. So as we head into our typical cold and flu season, you have the pollen from these kind of aggressive plants to deal with. But nettle is also out. Nettle is a herb, a weed, a plant that grows all summer long, and into the fall you can still find nettle. The nettle leaves can be dried and used in a tea. You can eat them, they're edible, and they act as a decongestant. They also act as, oh my gosh, an antihistamine. Sorry, it took me a minute to think of that word. But they help to get rid of the reaction our body has to allergens. So it's time to do those things. And then on our, let's see, you're facing the screen the same way I am. So on your, if you look at your right hand, the black card is from the language of flowers, and that is the bird of paradise. So the bird of paradise, the message that that card says is self-acceptance. And one of my favorite songs from my friend Jenna Green is the song Acceptance. It helped me so much get through some really difficult times. So I'll encourage you to check that out if you've never heard it before. But self-acceptance, the little words underneath there say, you are so much more. You are so much more. And a lot of times we don't give ourselves credit for all the skills that we have and the abilities that we have, and we don't give ourselves enough love and self-care. And that's one of the reasons why, you know, I have the Recombobulation station. It helps me just as much as it helps you. In spite of the fact that every month I say I'm going to record it earlier, I have yet to really record it earlier than a couple hours before it's supposed to be uploaded. So, oh, I just discovered that I can zoom in. So cornflower is on our left hand. And the message of the cornflower is to learn from friendships old and new. When I first read that card, I kind of was thinking, it reminded me of the Game of Thrones when they were talking about the old gods and the new. There's lessons to be learned from every relationship that we have. There are lessons to be learned from the people that you get along with, from the people that you don't get along with, from the people that you're intimidated by, from the people that you intimidate. And there's lessons to be learned from friendships we currently have and friendships that we no longer have. So I want you to take some time and really think about those friendships. So your first journal prompt of today is going to be, what relationship in your life has had the most profound effect on you, becoming the person that you are today? So what relationship in your life has had the most profound effect on you, becoming who you are today? What's interesting about that is if you sit and look at all the relationships that you've had over the course of your lifetime, parents, other relatives, your children, friends in school, boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wives, all of those relationships have shaped you into the person that you are right now. But which of those relationships rises to the top as the most profound? When I think about this question, I think about so many relationships that I've had in the past. And I also think about the relationship, the romantic relationship that I currently have. That relationship is so unique in how it has affected me and how it has allowed me to shape myself. The relationship I'm in now has given me no quote-unquote rules to follow, other than knowing and accepting that this person loves me deeply and wants what's best for me and wants me to walk the path that I feel I should be walking. It's a beautiful thing. It's an amazing thing, and it's something that is so unique in life. So I want you to take some time to journal about that. I'm going to wind up the video here pretty soon. But on the other side, so because cornflower is on our left-hand side as we're facing the screen, we're going to use this as our emotional card. This is our emotional self. And the bird of paradise is on the right-hand side as we look at our screen. So the bird of paradise is going to be our physical card. And that bird of paradise representing self-acceptance. You might think that that's something more suited to an emotional place or more suited to a spiritual place. But we're going to put it here in the physical space. I don't mind telling you I've gained 20 pounds over the last 18 months. And I actually had to go out and buy new pants in a different size. And I was kind of annoyed with myself that I had to do it. But I had to do it. So I did it. And I know if I dedicate time to walk more, exercise more, eat less Oreos at 11 o'clock at night, I'll be able to lose some of those pounds. You know, at 53 years old, am I going to get all 20 of those pounds off? Don't know. We'll see. But I've accepted the fact that no matter what my weight is, I am who I am. My physical weight doesn't change the person that I am. It changes how I can fit through doors and what clothes I can wear, but it doesn't change the person that I am. You are so much more. This is something really, really deep. You are so much more. You are so much more than a woman. You are so much more than a girlfriend. You are so much more than a lover. You are so much more than a mother. You are so much more than an employee or an employer. You are so much more than a businesswoman. You are, or a business person. You are so much more. In fact, if you were to take all those things that I just mentioned and roll them into all the aspects of your life, you're still so much more than that. So much more than that. And I want to look at this from the physical perspective of, let's take a look at what skills you do have. What things you enjoy and have passion about. Those are the things that become gateways for us to accept ourselves. I have really neat handwriting. Everybody tells me so. They've been telling me my whole life. I make a joke and I say this is why I never made it through medical school. The truth behind that is I never went to medical school. But my handwriting is very neat. And it's very small. And people are often in awe by it. Do I think of that in terms of a skill that I have? No, it is what it is. It's just, that's just my handwriting. It's just how I write. But it is something that fits into the physical characteristic of, you are so much more. I'm so much more than my neat, tiny handwriting. But what does my neat, tiny handwriting signify? What does it show people about me? And what does it show me about me? How do I relate to that tiny, neat handwriting? And this is what I want you to think about. What are the skills that you have that you're passionate about? What are the skills that you have that people compliment you on or comment on a regular basis? And what skills are those things? And what are those physical attributes about yourself? Whether it's your looks, your attitude, your size, your skills, do you dance? Do you do yoga? Do you take long walks? Do you run the Boston Marathon? These are all amazing and incredible skills that people notice. I enjoy letter writing. I enjoy knitting. I enjoy creating this kind of content. I enjoy being able to have this space to share with people. Those are, those are physical characteristics that make up who I am. And I accept these things about myself. I accept that people see me as a shaman, as a medicine woman, as a witch, as a tarot reader, as a spiritual guide, as a high priestess, as a technical designer for clothes, as an employee, as a sister, as a mother, as an ex-wife, as a friend. These are all the things that I am. Not one of them defines me. In fact, all of them together still don't necessarily define me, because I am so much more. So your journal prompt for the Bird of Paradise is: take a look at those physical attributes, those physical skills that you have, and how do they define who you are? And what is the gateway that they're creating for you to step into the so much more? And on that note, I'm going to wind things up. I want you to take the rest of the hour, put your mind to journaling. I'll take a picture of the table and post it onto the group circle so that you'll have it in still life. And I will look forward to seeing you again. If you're watching this on our YouTube channel, then know that you can join the Recombobulation Station Circle at the Enchanted Forest Spiritual Wellness Center Network, which is enchantedforestswc.com. It's free to join, and there's a ton of content on there. And obviously, if you're watching this through the link in the Enchanted Forest, then you're already there, and you know how cool it is. So I look forward to seeing you in the network. Be well, everyone.